Hey, how's it going, guys? This is DQ here for AXQ Media. Just wanted to pop in and say hello, spend a Monday night with you guys. Um, Yesterday was a big day. The Buffalo Bills were in the AFC Championship game. They lost, unfortunately, but you know what? We lost to the champions, and I'm not gonna be too upset about that, to be honest with you, because you know they won last year. They're on their way to the Super Bowl now. I will say I wasn't too happy with the way we lost. I feel like we're much better than that. We're much better than that. But hey, now we're moving on to next year. Going to be focusing on the off season, focusing on the draft, and yeah, I'm going to be really excited about that. So, how are you guys doing out there? Hope everybody's doing well. I um I know it's been a little bit since I've done one of these lives, but figured give it a shot here. See how everyone's doing. I I got some stuff in the works right now that I'm gonna be putting up on the channel. Like I was just hinting at, talking about the Buffalo Bills, as you can see, still representing here. So I got that going, and then some more DQs, movie reviews. Been thinking about kind of switching up the format on that, but we're seeing how that's going. And then also kind of a big announcement here. I am going to be working on some more Adventures of Crackhead Warren, a kind of spiritual season 2. Guess I'll announce that right now. So there you go. If you have not checked out The Adventures of Crackhead Warren, it's probably got the most views of any videos on my channel here. Go and check that out. There's 5 episodes, I believe, right now, and I was working on something around Christmas time, and things came up, so I kind of put that on hold. But I'm gonna be not only continuing the what I put on hold, but I have some more ideas for our crazy favorite neighborhood crackhead who's gonna be coming at you guys pretty soon with some more wild antics. But yeah, I just want to thank everyone out there for watching right now. Thank you all so much. And let me know how you're doing in the comment section below. Try TikTok. Darwin Gonzalez, look at that. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for joining me right now. He says Darwin Gonzalez, my friend Junior, who's helped me out quite a bit. He says, try TikTok. Love you. Talk to you later. Kids' bedtime. Well, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for stopping by. Love you too, man. And I'm probably be seeing you at work this week. And I will definitely check TikTok out. I've heard some things kind of up and down about that, so I'm not too sure. But I definitely see it. Things have been trending that way as far as these shorts. I remember you were telling me about that. Try doing some shorts. People seem to have a short attention span. Voon Child, hello, how you doing, Voon? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live. I appreciate you being here. Voon is a YouTuber who cooperates and coordinates with my father on Shed Wars at Will It Grow. You're well, thank you. Well, that's good. I'm glad that you're doing well. And just let me know, what is it exactly that you do with your channel? Because from what I understand, it's not just homesteading, right? It was cooking as well and some other things. Where is he? I don't know. That's a good question. He might not know that I'm live right now, to be honest with you. I was kind of hoping that maybe he would see the notification and who knows, maybe even come up here with me, but I didn't let him know that I was going live, so I don't know, but I hope he's doing well. I actually need to call him. So Voonchild says she does keto, cooking, traditional, and the gardening. Well, that's keto. My wife and I were actually just talking about that. I'm not exactly sure what that is. Is that like a paleo diet, right? Or something along those lines? Yeah. I I'm still kind of new. I mean, I'm not new at YouTube necessarily, or even filming. But definitely, this is only my maybe second or third time doing these lives here, and I kind of want to start doing them a little bit more, like my father is doing over at Will It Grow. He has he has his community over there, and I'm trying to build a community here, because I think that that's honestly one of the really cool things about YouTube that I've noticed is, obviously every channel kind of has their little niche or whatever, but within those niches are communities, from what I've found, not just Shed Wars, which is a great example of many small channels, well, small compared to some of these other channels that I'm thinking of right now. But they all band together. You guys are all banding together, and you're you know making this thing that's bigger than all of you, kind of, this community. And you see that with the gaming community. You see that with people doing these sports talks, different different niches, building communities together. And it's almost like a much more creative form of social media than just making a meme or putting out a post. So I think it's really cool. And then once you build the community, getting to the point to be able to kind of just grow together. That's why I think it's really funny. My dad's the name of his channel, Will It Grow, because I've been watching him since the beginning. And obviously he's talking about plants, will it grow? But as he's making more and more videos, I'm actually watching his channel grow right before my eyes. So it's like, oh, will it grow? And it's like, well, it's growing. It's doing a pretty good job. So I think he's doing a great job over there. Honestly, he's exceeded my expectations for him, as far as like, actually putting in the effort that it takes to do what he's been doing over there. So Voonchild said it's basically a high fat, moderate protein, and extremely low carb. Yeah, see, my wife would be the first one to tell you my diet is absolutely horrendous. So I'm not too keen on keto or paleo or vegetarian, or even those uh carn were those the carnivore diets or whatever that some people do. I don't think I've ever tried it. I have the diet of a 5-year-old, and I've had that diet since I was about 5 years old. It's not good. I'm get, I'm still young, but I'm getting older, and it's definitely gonna it already is starting to affect me. So I think that's gonna have to change sooner rather than later. But hey, there's definitely worse things that could be doing. I could be out there, really smoking crack, which I have never done, only on YouTube, pretending on YouTube, not really. You understand me? Never have I ever I've never even honestly been around it or seen crack, cocaine, LSD. Um, I'm trying to think of all the drugs that I've never been around. I wouldn't even have had the opportunity to do them. So, although I did see someone go into a K-hole at the club once, lay off the cracks. Hey, there he is. Hello, John over at Will It Grow. How you doing, Papa John? I'm glad that you made it over here. We were just talking about diets, and then some way somehow I ended up getting over the drugs. Oh, because I was saying there's definitely worse things that I could do, you know, that'll kill me sooner rather than later. For all I know, with the heart attack I almost had last night, the Buffalo Bills could have killed me first. But how you doing, Dad? I'm glad that you're here. Thank you for joining me. My 8 o'clock coffee. It's good for you. All right. So, how is everyone doing? Make sure to give this video thumbs up if you haven't already. And if you want, you can also share this. And yeah, just hanging out. So what I really wanted to come on here and talk about was the fact that, oh, hey Donnie, how you doing? Welcome to the broadcast right now. I appreciate it. That Will It Grow says, I'm pissed the Bills didn't win. That's honestly kind of what I wanted to come on here and talk about. Just kind of little, vent my frustrations, because I'm honestly more disappointed than anything. I first have to say that I am ecstatic that they made it as far as they did. And it's the best that they've ever done in my entire life, right, Dad? You can attest to that. I mean, they were in the Super Bowl a month and a half before I was born, and then that just mediocrity. So this year, going 13-3, losing last night. We only lost 4 games all season long. I'm gonna start off by saying that. But the thing is, I'm not gonna sit here and bitch and moan and complain. No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look you dead in the eye and I'm going to say, the Buffalo Bills will be back. The Buffalo Bills are going to be back because the blood is in the water and the Sharks, they smell it. That Lombardi trophy is right there. It's right there. People out there here in New England and Boston, I sit there, I listen to Boston sports radio. They say the same things they've said the whole time. Josh Allen is trash. Josh Allen does the Buffalo Bills are no good. Every single year, the Buffalo Bills have gotten better and better and better. And that means next year, we will at the very least, I believe, be competing for a Lombardi trophy in Super Bowl 56. So I'm really excited about the future of this organization for now. I can say the second time in my life, because I was really excited going into last season. But man, what can you say? This is the thing, because I want to break it down. And oh, hey Donnie, I'm doing great. I'm sorry, I'm ranting right now. I'm not as good as my dad at keeping track of the chat here. So I am gonna be ranting a little bit, but I will make it a point to try to catch up on the chat when we get back to it. But yeah, you guys feel free to chat amongst yourself. But I want to break it down a little bit. So here's the thing. Josh Allen's rookie year, first of all, absolute horrible offensive line, absolutely atrocious receiving options, okay? You're talking about the second worst offensive line in the NFL, the worst receiving core in the NFL. If you were to go draft that receiving core in fantasy draft in Madden, most of those bums are retired or they're all the way down in the 50s, so you can't even. So Josh Allen, his first year, accuracy. You heard it. Everybody said it. His accuracy is no good. Going into his second year, his accuracy still wasn't that good. But another thing from his rookie year was his decision making. Last year, not this year that just ended, the year before, his decision making went up a little bit. The accuracy improved, and then the decision making improved a little bit until he got in the spotlight in the Houston game. He started throwing balls over his shoulder, started doing all these crazy things. The moment got too big for him. Then this year, what is it? Went from 10 touchdowns his rookie year, 20 touchdowns his second year, 40 passing touchdowns. Accuracy no longer seems to be an issue. QBR, nothing. So last night, again, he made it even further. They made it even further. The team got to the AFC Championship game, and I believe almost the same thing happened where he kind of cracked. He kind of cracked under the pressure. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit. And it wasn't just him. I mean, Cole Beasley had a broken freaking fibula out there, still going out there every other play trying. You know, Gabe Davis was a game-time decision. They had Stephon Diggs doubled up all night long. What does that leave you? Devin Singletary dropping passes in the backfield and Dawson Knox. But anyways, I digress. The point about Josh Allen is he cracked this year under the pressure of the AFC Championship game. Next year, when he's back in the AFC Championship game, he's not going to crack under that pressure. Not going to crack under that pressure. But, my God, the defense. 2017, we were like number 3 or number 5. 2018, we were like number 3. 2019, we were the number 2 overall defense behind the New England Patriots. What happened in 2020? I mean, I know it's Travis Kelce. I know it's Tyreek Hill. But it wasn't just the Kansas City Chiefs in Week 6 or in the AFC Championship game. All year long. Week 6, they ran it down our throats. We're lucky they didn't do the same thing because Clyde Edwards-Helaire, whatever the hell you want to call him, wasn't healthy 100%. He was in the game, but he wasn't healthy. Le'Veon Bell was out, so they couldn't really run. We're lucky they couldn't run. Imagine if they could have ran the ball. Oh my God! All year, and Will It Grow just said no running game. That's another thing too. No running game. I agree with that. Our running backs, they're young, but it's I think it's our offensive line's running as far as the running game. I don't know. And the play calling, my God, the play calling. But anyways, I don't even know what else to say as far as that goes. I just know that I'm not going to be negative about it. I'm not going to be pessimistic about it. I'm going to be 100% realistic the way I always have been. And during the decades of mediocrity and, basically bullshit, I called it like I saw it. And that's going to be no different now that I see it the opposite way, which is we're going to be back. Watch out, Kansas City. We'll be back. Don't worry. But anyways, so I don't want to just talk about football. I also want to know how you guys are doing. I'm going to drop a link in the chat here. If anybody wants to come up, you can. You don't have to. I don't know, to be honest with you, how my If I'm breaking up here, if the video's breaking up, if the audio's breaking up, I'm not exactly sure. Maybe one of you guys can come on here and tell me. Maybe we can just have a discussion. If you want to come on up, that's absolutely cool. And I am here. I am here to talk about anything right now, not just football. Oh wow, we're already 20 minutes in. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's what I like to see. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous going into this because, again, I don't do these lives very often, and I can rant and I can go, but only once I get into it. It's hard. Sometimes it's a little hard for me to get into it. So even though I wasn't even necessarily really, I kind of had to work myself up into it. I'm glad that 21 minutes has already gone by and I haven't even realized it. So that's right. Stay positive. Absolutely, Dad. Absolutely. I'm trying to stay positive with the Buffalo Bills. Oh, look at that. We got someone here in the house right now, and let's add him in right now. Hey, how
Hey,
you
how are you?
doing?
I'm doing okay. How are
I'm do
you?
I'm doing well. Am I breaking up? Have I been breaking up or lagging this whole
Um,
time?
just a little bit, not lagging, but breaking up, but not lagging.
What, the audio breaking up or the video or both?
Uh, the audio, just a little
Uh,
bit. But I figure
uh,
it's your first live, right?
it's like my second, but my first actual, like, yeah, with the StreamYard. My first with the StreamYard.
Well, there you go. I wanted to make sure I came up, and I was watching a movie on Netflix, and Voon Child, she texted me and said your son is on live, and I was like, oh, so I got off the movie and I came over to YouTube to check you out.
Oh, geez. What were you watching?
Something stupid. Yeah, something stupid.
I know Netflix is horrible. I can't.
I'm running out of like I've been staying away from YouTube for the past 3 4 days or so. So I was on Netflix, but Voon was kind enough to send me a text message. Thank you,
Oh,
Voon.
yes. I was just about to say thank you very much, Voon. Yeah. The thing with this, let me ask you this: you use a microphone, an external one, or just the one that's on your computer?
I've switched. Like now, I bought a microphone
That's what you,
external.
that's what you're using right now.
Yeah, I use external. Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, because I have an external one too, and I'm wondering if maybe I wasn't close enough or some shit. How do I sound right now? Sound good?
You sound fine. No, no, your
Oh,
sound
okay.
is fine. Yeah,
Okay.
you can tell your internet has just a little like lag, like when you move your head, whatever. It's not
Yeah.
sharp. Yeah,
Yeah. No.
but
Well, as long as it's not like actually delaying or anything like that, you know
no,
what I
no, I
mean?
can hear you just fine. How is my sound?
No, you're great. You're great.
Yes. See, I got a new external camera as well, and makes it look everything makes it look gray. I gotta change the settings, but I will totally fuck that up, like
Yeah.
totally. So
No,
I stay away from.
so Dad,
Yes.
I love you, and
I love you too. I love you too, my friend. You know that.
I'm so happy that you came on here. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping that you would, but like I told Voon, I didn't let you know, so it's not like
Yeah, yeah. See, if Voon didn't text me, then I would not have known. And then if I found out, a day from now, 2 days, I would have been disappointed because I totally want to support you, and I'm glad I'm here. So
yeah. No, I appreciate it. So let's talk a little bit about the Buffalo Bills. I know we just talked about it, but I want to
I
ask
did.
you.
You want to keep talking about me and you. Well, how
Just
old are you? 27, 28,
26.
26. We've been
Yep.
talking about the Buffalo Bills for 26 years.
I know. There's just a little bit. So
Believe me, when you were just a little shit, 2 months old, I was already in your ear about the Buffalo Bills.
no, Voon Child says feel weird being a host. I need people around me. I hope you're not upset with me. Oh no, not upset at all. Absolutely not.
No, Voon, no,
And
nobody's upset with you, Voon. Don't worry about it. Voon,
oh
you're
no,
a sweetheart.
I
Don't
think
worry.
you I think you did a great thing by reaching out, and I really appreciate it. Um no, we've been talking about the Buffalo Bills for a long time, but you have to admit most of our conversations about the Buffalo Bills over the years have been about what absolute bums they've been. Not right now. I mean, last
Now,
night.
yeah. Well, we had the conversations as as bad as I sound saying this, when Ralph Wilson passed away,
Mm,
6 years ago, whatever it was.
it was
I'm
huge.
sorry, it was a blessing. It
It
was
was
like,
huge.
yeah, for the football team, it was huge. It was a blessing. You know, it's just like the Art Rooneys of the Pittsburgh Steelers and the other jabroni there in Oakland and all that stuff, and
Al
Detroit,
Davis.
Al Davis and Detroit. These old owners, they need to let go. They need to pass the torch, give the team to somebody else, and let them thrive. These
I,
younger owners,
I think the Pagulas have done a fantastic
they've
job.
done they've done an awesome job, and
I
you can see as soon as the Pagulas took over, they fired Doug Whaley, they fired whatever that stupid head coach, Rex Ryan. They fired all those bums, overhyped bums. Get rid of them all. Start fresh. And the Buffalo Bills are going to be around for the next at least 10 to 15 years. Pretty solid.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
I No, yeah, you're definitely 110% the reason why I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. Absolutely. So I know that you would have some input as to what's been going on.
Oh,
And
it's been a disaster for the past 30 stinking years, but finally it's coming around where it started with the ownership change and some serious people, General Manager Brendan Bean, Sean McDermott, the right moves. But what I still don't understand that aggravates me is why 2 years in a row they went drafting 5'6" little running backs. I don't get that.
well, to be
There's only
honest with you,
there's only so much that a 5'6" running back can do for you.
to be 100% honest with you, I'm not exactly sure what we're doing as far as our offense. I felt like going into this season, I had an idea of who we were offensively, and then as each game went on and on, even up until even yesterday, I still don't know who we are offensively. I You could ask Tiffany. I've been saying all year, run, run,
Right. We're
run,
not
run.
offensively. Offensively, what we're lacking right now is that true hardcore play action. We don't
Ex-
have play action.
exactly. And you want to hear the craziest thing is apparently Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills, run the second most play action in the NFL when we don't have a run game to establish that play action.
Yeah. Any defense that would be fooled that the Buffalo Bills are actually going to run the
Run
ball.
the ball, exactly. If honestly, they're probably shocked when they actually do hand the fucking ball. Like, holy shit, Devin Singletary's got the ball. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I mean, I don't get it. Like 2 years in a row, 5'6" running backs.
The thing
They're
is,
fine and dandy. They're shifty. They're fine and dandy. They're durable for the most part. But you need a 6 foot guy. You need a big
like
beast.
that AJ Dillon from Green Bay there, that number 28 AJ Dillon. He's like 6 foot,
Yeah,
258
you need
pounds,
a
some shit.
powerful guy where don't put the ball or depend on your 6'6", 6'7" running back on 3rd and 2. You know, you put the ball in the hands of the quarterback on a simple 3rd and 2. You're taking it's a 50-50 shit show. Either
Yeah.
he's going to do a stupid little Ricky dink to Dawson Knox like he's been doing the past couple of weeks, or it's an incomplete and boom, here you go punting the ball. Get a 6 foot guy, 260 pounds, 250. Get him in there and the yards.
What do you think about someone like a Chris Carson from Seattle, or like a free agent? You know what I mean? Instead of drafting a running back, but then again,
But
some people,
you can find one of those big running backs in the 4th, the 5th round. It doesn't
yeah.
have to be a first round pick.
But here's the thing: do we waste another third to fifth round pick on a running back 3 years in a row?
Absolutely. Sure.
Yeah,
That's what we need. Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah. I
Why not?
No, I hear you. I was just someone was saying Najee Harris. I guess he's the running back out of Alabama, whatever. Brian Daboll coached him. And they were saying maybe we'll draft him. Tiffany, my wife Tiffany's on here. She said,
Najee Harris, he is nasty. I saw his game that he had there, the championship game.
yeah.
He is no joke, that young man. He's pretty nasty.
Oh, so you wouldn't mind someone like that?
Oh, he's a beast.
Tiffany said, all year I wanted to know what happened to the Bills' amazing defense, especially yesterday. Yeah, that's the one thing that's kind of pissed me off, to be honest with you, is for years, even the years that we sucked, going back to the Big Sam Adam days, Chris Kelsey, Ryan Denny, Takeo Spikes, London Fletcher, Nick Clements, we had a good defense. Even the Rex Ryan, well, Rex Ryan actually came in, kind of fucked our defense up, but after Rex Ryan, the first few years under Sean McDermott, we've had top 10 defenses every year. And then this year, what happened?
It's Kyle Williams went away. We don't have interior pressure. Ed Oliver is not the answer.
He's too small. He's too small.
He's too small. That's right. He's too small.
He'd probably be better on the edge or something.
Yeah, something. He's too small for the interior of that defensive line. What the Bills need is a massive, some massive body in it that can penetrate the middle of that offensive line.
I think
Oliver is not the answer.
I think it's huge. It was huge. I didn't think so when it happened. I figured, we'll find someone to replace him, but Shaq Lawson, Jordan Phillips, and then even Star Lotulelei opting out. I thought Star Lotulelei, I was like, what does he do? But he's that body. He's that guy, especially in the run game, that'll fill two gaps.
Yeah.
So I think that had a lot to do with it. And also Milano and Edmonds not being 100% through parts of the season had a lot to do with it too, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I hated to see Shaq Lawson go. As much as his first 3-4 years in Buffalo, he really didn't do squat.
Yeah, but last year
it looks like he's starting to come into a zone.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's really starting to play some really serious football now, and it's a shame he's gone. Jerry Hughes has maybe 1 year left, even if he decides to come back next year, which he probably won't.
Yeah. Well, you don't think he will?
I think he has one more year in him, but it's time now. Is this draft is start thinking about the defensive line position. Start replacing the Jerry Hugheses. Start thinking about maybe replacing that Ed Oliver that we can already see is not going to go anywhere. He's too small.
Now I don't like to evaluate rookies too harshly, because I feel like your rookie year is you're still working. I mean, some rookies break out almost right away, or by the end of their rookie season they hit stride. Obviously, I think it depends hugely on what position it is that you're playing.
Yeah, but Ed Oliver is on a second year.
No, not talking about Ed Oliver. What I was gonna say was AJ Epinesa. I don't know what we're doing with that guy. I see what they do when they actually put him on the field.
He's got speed. He has a lot of speed, but for some reason they're not using him properly, because when they do put him in, that guy is flying around the field. He is flying.
But you're right, and then I don't think then they're having a hard time figuring out how to use him. I think that's why we've barely seen him on the field. He started getting on a little bit more at the end, and then even last night he played quite a bit of snaps.
And I saw him in the backfield 3-4 times with a lot of speed.
Yeah,
I think he would be a great outside linebacker.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was gonna say was because from what I've seen, they're having him with his hand down in the dirt, almost like a Jerry Hughes. And
Mm.
I don't think he's
He's too
fit for that.
small. He's too small.
Yeah, he's too small. But
Yeah.
and I think, like you said, the speed
The
is
speed.
good for. But me personally, I believe a pass rush as far as he goes. Because last night they did something. They did a play was actually pretty huge. I don't know if it was that big play to Tyreek Hill, or it was one of those really big
Yeah.
plays where they sent Milano and Edmonds on a blitz, and they dropped out Epinesa and Quentin Jefferson into coverage, and I had no idea what they were doing because Epinesa had no idea what he was doing. Quentin Jefferson's out there covering Travis Kelsey or Tyreek Hill or whoever the fuck he was covering. It's like,
Yeah. It's
you
a
know what I mean?
disaster. It's a
So
total.
I'm still trying to figure that one out.
I mean, they'll figure it out. But when I look at that defensive line, they're too small.
Absolutely.
They're getting pushed out of the way. They're getting driven back. They're being controlled. I mean, any team could run like the game plan they had last week. I mean, they stopped the Ravens. Like they
Yep.
totally dominated that game up front. And then you
Yep.
get to Kansas City, and it's like, for the most part, they dominated the run game of the Kansas City Chiefs, but it was those little screens that, turns into 50-yard runs, 60-yard runs. And
Yep.
it shows it's the speed of the Kansas City Chiefs. The Buffalo Bills are too slow. Bad. I don't know.
I'll tell you this right now. They're going to build this year. They built to try to win the division, and then going into next season, they're going to
That's
build
right.
to try to beat the Kansas City Chiefs.
Next year, this year, 2021, the Buffalo Bills, I believe, are going to build. I think they already know they have the division won pretty much with what they already have. But I believe they're going to build is to be the number one seed.
Yep.
That's the next step they need is the number one seed. And to
Yep.
be the number one seed in the AFC, you need to win at least 14 to 15 games.
Yep.
And I see that being very, very possible.
Yeah, to be honest with you, after this season, I'm really not scared of anybody. Even the Chiefs. I had full confidence when I saw the Chiefs on our schedule for 2020. I thought to myself, we can beat them. We can beat them. We didn't. Week 6, we didn't. But even after
we did
that,
it because they could run, they could run freaking Mack trucks through that line. They could do whatever they wanted. It's once again, it goes back to the defensive line. Too small. You get pushed out of the way. And then they're playing zones because they're terrified of Tyreek Hill and Hardman and all them guys beating them over the top deep, one-on-one. And, you're playing in these deep zones. And before you know it, here comes the running back. Boom, 12 yards, 8 yards. And
Mahomes was just making it look too freaking easy out there. Mahomes was just too easy.
Hey, Dylan, but there's one thing that I am so looking forward to this coming 2 Sundays from now is Mahomes is going to be taught a lesson by somebody that we're very familiar with.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So
our good old buddy, Tom Brady.
I'm guessing you're rooting for the Buccaneers.
Of course I'm rooting for Tom Brady. Why? That son of a bitch has destroyed my life for the past 20 fucking years. Damn right I'm rooting for Tom Brady. That's the least I can do for that son of a bitch.
Oh, my God. I know, huh?
Yeah, he's a bastard. Might as well. Tom Brady, go get your 7th Super Bowl ring. You're already the best of all time anyway. Might as well go out with a bang.
Might as well, yeah.
Yeah, go Tom Brady. Absolutely. Teach that Patrick Mahomes a lesson. There you go. Beat the crap out of him. Absolutely.
Oh, boy.
And we're not supposed to cheer for the Chiefs anyway because they're in the AFC and they beat the Bills. So we have to go with the Buccaneers.
Well, see, but here was my thinking. Oh, Tiffany says Dylan can't do it. Yeah, I have a hard time rooting for Tom Brady. I really do. But I was thinking if we lose to the champions like we did, and then they go on and beat Tom Brady and then they're the champions again, maybe it wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? It's not
To
as
me,
bad, you know.
but yeah, but to me, look, as much as I hate Tom Brady, like I said, that son of a bitch has made my life miserable for the past 20 years. He is out of New England. Hey, go for it, Tom. Beat the living crap out of the Kansas City Chiefs. Go out in a blaze of glory. You deserve it because you are the GOAT of all time. He is.
Yeah, yeah. This is where I turn the conversation to something else because I don't even want to acknowledge that. So, Dad, you
Yes.
you got your oh, Tiffany says you have to give the guy credit. Yes, he can have my credit and he can keep it too. Um, so Dad, you got your channel there. Will it grow? What are you at there? 2.6 thousand subscribers now?
To
Something
be
along
honest,
those lines.
with you, I don't even know, but it depends. Like my channel says 2,700, but my YouTube studio says 3,005. I don't know. YouTube just plays around with the numbers up and down, but it has grown quite a bit. So
Yes, so that was the point I was getting to was we've seen your channel grow, and I think of you often. One, because as I've mentioned before, this is something that I would like to do, and that I've wanted to do for a long time. I've still trying to get my footing and actually do it, basically. But you started your channel about a year ago, maybe 10 months, right? 10 and 11 months.
I believe was it
March.
March of
Yeah.
2020. Yeah.
So and I've watched, I'm your son. I was probably one of your first subscribers. I'd like to think so, like at least first 50.
Something
And
like that.
I watched your first videos, and you can see the evolution of your channel. If anybody goes over to my dad's channel, Will It Grow, and you go to the videos tab and go all the way back to the beginning, you can see at first it's just you sitting. What's that, at work, at the grow room at work,
Yeah.
talking, and
Yeah.
you know, just like me, you were still trying to get your footing, but then you started opening up, whatever, and then you came up with this idea. Well, maybe not just you, Robert from Homestead Aquarius,
And Mark.
and
And
Mark
Mark.
from the Arkansas Woodcutter came up with
Actually,
this.
that wasn't not my idea. That was not my idea. That was Robert and Mark's idea. And I just so happened to be they needed someone to pick on.
Shed
Like
Wars you're talking
Shed
about.
Wars. Yeah,
Shed
they
Wars.
they needed somebody to pick on. And at that time I was a 25 subscriber channel and they
Yep.
said, "Hey, let's pick on this guy here. He's from Cape Cod. He's a Yankee. He doesn't know what he's doing. Let's pick on him."
Yep.
And they contacted me via email, and then we exchanged phone numbers. They said, "Hey, this is what we're doing. We're gonna start this. We want to start this." Well, not knowing that it was going to turn into what it turned into be, but
Yep.
do you want to be a part of it? I was like, sure, why not? Fuck it. I'm just a nobody knows who I am. And here we are, and now I'm pretty much running the whole thing. So
So um so your channel, right,
yeah,
has grown right before our very eyes,
yeah.
along with these other channels, and now you guys have turned your attention to the southern hemisphere. You're actually kind of spreading this uh
Yeah,
around.
that was an idea that I came up with. That idea was, we had the off season, and then me and Robert and Mark, we were on the phone one night, and I said, I was thinking, is since we're stopped, we're not doing anything, why not keep Shed Wars active? And so they're like, "Oh, what do you mean?" And I'm like, "Well, why don't?" And I was always in my mind was I was thinking of the Tin Can Gardener. He's down in southern Florida, where
Mhm.
he doesn't, during our summer, he can't grow any food because it's too hot. So I was thinking about him. His name
Yep.
is Donald. the Tin Can Gardener.
Yeah.
Now, his thing is like, why not like all these, Australian people, Southern Hemisphere, right now they're growing because it's their season. So why don't we make a team down there or
Yeah.
teams down? And Mark and Robert liked the idea. So I said, okay, I'm going to introduce it. We're going to start Shed Wars in the Southern Hemisphere. And it took off. So,
So how did you go about choosing the captains? Because I know like you basically just explained how it Shed Wars originated up here originally in the northern hemisphere, and then that's how it led to you and Mark being the team leaders up here. But how did you choose team leaders for the southern hemisphere?
well, I threw it out in a video. I said, anybody that's in the Southern Hemisphere, there's channels. There was already channels that were following me and Mark, like Homestead Oss and Down on the Farm and Forge. A lot of Australian channels were following. And I simply just said it in one of my videos. This is what I want to do. I think it was called Calling Out the Southern Hemisphere or something.
Hmm.
I need two captains. And I ended up getting like 20 emails from all different channels. And then I broke it down as to, okay, what two channels are the most committed?
Hmm.
And it turned out to be Homestead Oss and Darren from Down on the Farm and Forge. So I chose them as the captains.
So,
It was all
um,
about commitment. How committed were they?
yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing that I think is awesome and is what I was saying was I think of you. Uh, I watch YouTube basically all the time, all the time. More than I watch TV, I'm watching YouTube, and people. I watch YouTube videos about people talking about how to make YouTube videos. You know what I mean, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And what one thing that's coming up, especially since coronavirus, especially since the quarantine, is people saying homesteading, homesteading, homesteading. It's
Yeah.
growing,
Yeah.
and I can't help but think is like maybe it's just me being I don't know, just focusing on what I know. You know what I mean? Like you only know what you know, and you don't know what you don't. But I feel like I'm like, are they talking about Shed Wars? You know what I mean? Like because apparently that's a huge trending on YouTube just overall
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the
It
last
is.
year.
Yeah. Yeah. Last year, Shed Wars got almost 30 million views
Wow.
worldwide, which is unbelievable.
The
And
hashtag itself,
the
anybody who
hashtag the
yeah,
hashtag itself was searched for almost 30 million times, which is unbelievable. And I mean, according to TubeBuddy, that was like the fourth most searched hashtag or clicked on YouTube in 2020 between March and October, which is pretty stinking amazing.
wow.
How many how many times that hashtag was actually clicked on? It was
That
like 28 something million views. That's pretty awesome.
that is amazing. And the thing is too, I feel like the fact that something that Tiffany brought up here in the chat is she said you found your audience and you engaged with them, and I think that is absolutely true. Not just you, uh, Shed Wars, many of the
Yeah.
channels in Shed Wars, I've subscribed to a lot of them, and I go and I watch, and most of them, obviously you have the homesteading aspect, but I feel like a lot of the people who I've subscribed to and followed, a lot of them I've seen from your live chats in the chat, um, are people who do the same thing that you do, which is engage with the audience. And I think that that's
Yeah.
a huge thing with YouTube is the
It's a
engaging.
it's a community is what it is. It's we have the things, but we try to do is we try to be a little bit different than the average Joe that would it be great for me to have 500,000 subscribers? Yeah, I would make a lot of money on YouTube, but is that what I really, really want? because then at that pace, I'm no longer concerned. I'm no longer worried about my viewers or my friends, like Voon Child is here supporting. How can I respond to 500,000 people? I can't. I,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I can't I can't be like close to them as to where, hey, look, I've got 5,000 subscribers, I have 5,000 friends. It's a 5,000 friend community, you know, and I'm perfectly happy with that. Where you know,
It's kind of funny. It's almost like the celebrity of it, even as small as it is, like say, like you said, 50,000 people or 500,000 people, 500,000. That's a lot of people, but
right,
on the scale of everybody in the world, it's really not. It's nothing like crazy, but it's almost like the bigger it grows, you're kind of like letting the genie out of the bottle, like you said, where it almost gets to a certain point, the bigger it grows, where you can't contain it and you can't
right,
respond to Boone or
right,
you know what I mean?
exactly. I can't personally, like, I can't personally communicate, let's say, with the friends, because I mean, how can I answer a comment? How can Because there's so many comments. How can I possibly do it? You know, Even at 2,700, that whatever my YouTube says that I'm at, there's a lot of comments, believe it or not, and
Oh,
there's a lot of comments. Unless there's like a direct, specific question, I just give it a heart. Like, hey, I read it. Hey, thank you. I tap the heart, I give it a heart. But you get to a certain point, it's like you could almost hire somebody to just
yeah, exactly.
basically do that. But the one thing I found out real quick on this YouTube thing is, I be yourself.
Hmm.
Like, as soon as you try to mask and oh, I'm not, oh shit, this didn't come out right. I gotta redo it. I gotta redo this. I gotta redo this. Oh no, fuck that. Be yourself. Watch your language as much as possible. But the thing is, be true to yourself. So this way that people can truly communicate with you. They can relate to you. Like, hey, this is who this guy is. He shoots it straight from the hip. He's not fake. You know what I'm saying? I come on your live and I say whatever it is I gotta say. I try to respect it as much as I can. But then again, you're my son. We're buddies,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean. Just be yourself is what it is, and consistent consistency on the you dropping videos. Like, if you want your channel to grow, you're gonna need to do a hell of a lot more than just dropping a live here and there.
No, I know that's been one my biggest thing
The
is
Achilles heel. Yeah.
coming up with content, and then not just coming up with the ideas for the content, but actually producing the content, which is why I mentioned, I don't know, I think this was before Voon had sent you the text to come on, but I said I was very surprised and proud of you for the amount of effort and time that you've put in to to growing your channel, because it even if you put out a 5-minute video and it's just you holding the early video or whatever, any video,
Yeah.
the garden tour, something where you're just holding the camera facing the plant and you're talking behind it, you still actually had to take the time to go do that. If you didn't do that, it wouldn't have got made, it wouldn't have got released. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So
I mean,
uh,
there's many times, and it's like I grab the camera and I get home, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm exhausted. And it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, let me grab this phone, and I gotta make film 5 minutes of a video plan to talk about this or talk about that. Where is it something that I feel like doing? No, but it needs to be done because I'm I'm a part of a community that I want to be a part of it. And in order for me to be a part of that community, and I have a goal, and my goal is teaching people to grow their own food at home in their backyards. And if I can't be in the forefront of that, then I shouldn't be involved in it.
I think we've had this. I think we've had this conversation before.
Yeah.
Meaning, I think that's what I'm struggling with right now is the goal. As far as the goal, like you said, you're trying to teach people to do X, Y, and Z. Even because I'm flashing back to a conversation we had a little while ago. As far as you said, oh, do the Buffalo Bills thing. And then last night I was watching a live from like a Buffalo's fanatic thing, and I was like, I should have been doing the Buffalo Bills shit. You know what I mean? But it's
Yeah.
like every week would come and go, and I honestly, a lot of times I wouldn't even know what to say. There's
Yeah.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I mean, it's not necessarily knowing what to say. It's like I told you, f- plan out
Yeah,
what do you want to talk about in that specific video, and do a little bit of homework of, hey, I'm going to talk about the Indianapolis Colts trading East Bumfuck Joe to East Bumfuck Detroit.
yeah,
Do your homework, know what you're talking about, and boom, you sit in front of the camera, you start bullshitting, you start talking. Hey, they're doing this, they're doing that, they're doing that. And before you know it, you've sat around for 10 minutes. You did it. Whether you get 100 views, 300, 3,000, it doesn't matter. It comes in time. You have to be patient.
yeah,
It builds and it builds. And then 5 subscribers, then 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Before you know it, it starts building. Before you know it, it's like overnight, boom. It's like, okay, people are paying attention to me.
yeah. And that's definitely the thing is I think I've been struggling with trying to figure out exactly what it is that I want to do, because my bottom line, I know what I want to do for my bottom line, which is entertain people, but that's too broad. That's too broad of a stroke to paint a picture with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I need to focus on the finer details that make up the whole. You know,
Let
like,
me hey, let me cut you off. Let me go check the plumbing in my bathroom. I'll be right back, okay?
oh boy, everything all right? Yeah, no problem.
I gotta check the plumbing. I'll be right back.
No problem. So yeah, that's my dad, ladies and gentlemen. That is my father. Although most of you probably already know that if you're here with us right now. Let me catch up on the chat while he's going to check up on his plumbing. I think that may be keywords for he has to take a piss, but who knows? All right. So Tiffany said he found his audience and engaged them. Yep. Voon Child, I think you picked a great channel, captains at Willow Grove. Oh, she's speaking of the captains in the Southern Hemisphere for Shed Wars. Oh, I'm gonna mute his mic for right now. We don't want that. Voon Child said, I have a hard time keeping up now. I have a hard enough time now just keeping up, LOL. In reference to the comments and replies, I imagine that we were speaking of. I imagine that is definitely the case, where kind of what I was saying was once it grows to a certain point, it's almost like letting the genie out of the bottle, and you can't get it back in. You know, it's like everybody wants to be famous until they got the paparazzi in their face, and the only thing they want is privacy from there. So you want your audience to grow, and you want the engagement to grow, but then when it gets to a few thousand people, I'm sure it's hard to keep up those engagements. Although I will say, and I'll probably repeat this when he gets back on, but I feel like my dad does a good job at keeping up with the chats, which is crazy to me because his chats are constantly going, and I'm sitting here with 3 people on, and I haven't been having a hard time keeping up. But it's all right. The Voon Child said, oh, he's
I'm
back
back.
up. He's
I'm back.
Voon Child was just saying the more channels you have, the harder it gets for sure, as far as keeping up with the replying. And I just told them that I think you do a great job of replying to people during the lives when you're doing lives. I don't know how you do it, sir. I
Who,
don't know how.
me?
Yeah. I have no idea how you keep up with the live chats. To be honest with you.
Well, I actually, to be honest with you, like Voon is one of my moderators, and like she says hello to the people that are coming in.
Hmm.
She's the one. She says hello to everybody. Hi, everybody. How you doing? And I got a moderator, Simply Jen Homestead. She says hello as well, and she shares links. And then Amy, it's you got Craze Family Homestead. She does some other great stuff. She shares links, says hello. The moderators, they definitely help, and it also helps is Donnie. She sits here on the side of me and she's whispering, "Hey, this person said this person said that," or else, like I've had lives where I had 300-400 people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't keep up with that chat. You know what I mean? And it's difficult for the moderators to keep up with the chat as well when you got 300 something people. That thing's just going absolutely.
Sometimes when you're trying, I'm thinking you're crazy for even attempting to. To be honest with you, I'm like, holy shit, how does he even?
No, you can't keep up with it. It's impossible to keep up with it. And it's like, well, I don't know who the hell to say hello to. And the moderators, I certainly can't ask them to, hey, say hello to all these people because, they're there to have a good time as well.
It,
Not,
it'd
they're
be like
there.
it'd be like if you were throwing a party, and then the only thing you did at the party was stand at the door and just say hello to everybody that walked
Yeah,
in, and then
exactly. It's
and
like,
then goodbye as they walked out. You know what I mean?
yeah, you can't. You can't. It's like, once it gets to like 40 something people, it's like I can't keep up. You know what I
Well,
mean? Because I don't want to be standing there. Because I mean, how much of a live is if I just stand there looking
yeah,
at the comment section like, "Hello, hello, how you
no, I
doing?" That's not
agree
very
100%.
entertaining. That's not very entertaining. So it's like that's why her being here on the side of me, like when she reads an important question or something, she'll whisper in my ear, "Hey, this person said something." Or one of the moderators will point out, okay, well,
Yeah.
so
Oh,
it definitely helps.
is that them sending
The
sending it
link.
like up on the screen when someone
Yeah,
like
they're the ones that their name is in blue.
but
Like,
it'll highlight like you know how like if
yeah,
I like
yeah.
actually
No, you
oh
can do
wait,
that too.
all right, is it on the screen right now, Tiffany's comment?
Yeah, I said yes.
All right.
John's comment up consistently putting out product. Yes.
Yeah, okay, so so you're saying your moderators are usually the ones who is throwing those up there for you?
No, no, the moderators can't throw that up.
Oh, you
I don't
you
believe. No, I think I'm the only one that can do that. But that's me actually going in with my mouse and clicking.
clicking it. Voon said this. She said we stomped the trolls too.
Yeah, and they also monitor trolls, like when people are coming in giving a hard time, or
So
they're saying obscene stuff and
let
like
me ask you this.
aggravating.
Let me ask you this, Voon. Is there many trolls? Because, I mean, oh well. Then again, you just
I
said
don't I don't have many trolls. No,
yeah, I was
I've
gonna
had
say
one or
you
two,
stopped
but
them out. Because I don't recall ever seeing any. You know.
yeah, once in a while. I think I've had like two, and they got kicked out. I think I kicked one of them out myself. Uh,
Actually, I think I remember one. I think I remember one, and I think you were engaging with him, and then he totally went troll. He totally came out from under the bridge.
yeah,
uh, Voon answered my question. She said, "There's been just a few."
yeah,
So,
just a few.
so I'm gonna get the. I'm getting the feeling right now. We got three people watching. Voon's here, Tiffany's here. I think Donnie might still be watching too.
Uh,
And
Don,
I
Donnie is actually still watching. Yes.
so I appreciate all of you for being here and supporting me.
You're welcome.
Um,
Son, son, I'm telling you, eh, keep pumping out content like we discussed many times before. I mean, you have the camera, you're great on camera. You're certainly not camera shy.
yeah, no.
figure out an identity for your YouTube channel and pump out that content. And I'm behind you 100%.
Yeah, I think, sir, to be honest with you, the Buffalo Bills didn't make it to the Super Bowl. We didn't win the Lombardi Trophy for the first time in franchise history. And I think it's high time that, again, we had this conversation before, but I feel like I got to talk about what I know, and I know the Buffalo Bills, and I feel like I would be kicking myself in the ass so much had they won this weekend, had they turned around and won 2 weekends from now and beat Tom Brady and the fucking Buccaneers, and we're hoisting that Lombardi Trophy, and I wasn't covering this historic season.
Yeah.
So I think going in, and like I said, for next year, I mean, and like you said, 10, 15 years, I could be pumping out,
With
Buffalo Bills
content.
content. So
I mean, I could easily, like, if my channel was into the Buffalo Bills breaking down, I would go into dissecting the living shit out of that defense. I would make a 10-minute video, 10-minute video dissecting the crap out of that defense, like player by player. You know what
yeah,
I
and
mean?
I honestly, the defense, I have no idea what's happened to it. That's the thing that's frustrated me the
Well,
most.
that's why if you want to be and if you want to do analytics, then you need to find out as to what's the weakness of this guy, this guy, this guy, and in 10 minutes, see if you can break it down quick
Yeah,
and break that whole defense down for the whole world to see your point of view as to what's wrong with that defense. That's something I would definitely watch as a Buffalo Bills fan. I want to see what your take is. What is wrong with that stinking mess on defense?
and maybe what we can do to try to fix it. I think,
That no. Hey, don't jump. See, this is where you get overwhelmed.
yeah. So yeah, just go one at
Yeah,
a time.
break the shit down first, and then in another video,
Build it
this
up.
is what we need to do to fix this shithole. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now you're starting to think too much and try to make it a clusterfuck all into one. Before you know it, you didn't do anything.
Yeah, sir, you're describing my whole YouTube career right here. That's exactly.
Right. So one thing at a time. Remember, uh, YouTube is successful is with content. So don't try to overstuff the toilet with shit, and then when it comes time to flush, the
It's
fucking
how
thing is clogged.
it's how many times you shit a day, not how much you shit one time. That's it.
Yeah. So go easy, dissect the defense. Go with that. 10-minute video. Don't make it 20. Start slow, a 10-minute
Yeah.
video. Figure out, okay, this is what I want to talk about. Bang, bang, bang. This guy, this. And then think about your next video. Let's talk about the cornerback position. What needs to improve there? Even if it's a 5-minute video, that's fine. You
So
know,
let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this. Well, first, let me read Voon's thing. Is she said post an announcement that you're going live. So when you
yeah,
say
you should, or else
what,
nobody's gonna know that you're live.
post an announcement, what do you mean by that?
I mean by you, you.
Facebook?
No, not Facebook. YouTube. Like make an announcement. Hey, actually, I haven't made one. You don't have a community page, a tab. That's
No, I don't think
no,
so.
no. Make an announcement is like you. Yeah, Voon. How the hell do you make an announcement? I
That's
haven't done one.
because I scheduled the live and sent out the notification that I was going to be going live about an hour before I did. But I
Yeah,
don't know how to actually make an official announcement. If you could let me know, Voon, that would be like how to actually
yeah.
do
How
that.
the hell? I haven't made one of those in a long time. How the hell do you do that?
I would appreciate it. We have a new viewer here. We got Joe Serrano.
Joe
Says
Serrano.
he says
He
hello,
is a
father and
fantastic.
son. Oh,
Hello.
you
Yes,
know this man, Joe Serrano, yeah.
yes, he's a fantastic, awesome man. Joe, this is my son. Uh, this is my son Dylan here. So
So Thank you for coming, Joe. We were just talking about growing my YouTube channel because
Yeah,
if you know my father, you know the name of his channel is Will It Grow? And like my wife pointed out earlier, the answer to that question is yes, it will. When it's
yes,
talking
I
about
will.
his plants and his YouTube channel.
And
So
Dylan and Joe, if you guys have just met, you guys be friends one another. Joe is a great guy. My son here is a great, fantastic guy. Trying to get his channel off. You guys can support one another. But Dylan, Joe Serrano is a loyal, uh, friend to the channels. He's fantastic.
thank you, Joe. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. Um, so we were talking about how I need to do.
I have no idea. I forgot how the hell you do it. It's been so long. The way I do it is like StreamYards, you schedule it. That's how you do it. Is you schedule it.
Oh well, I did. I scheduled it an hour ahead of time, but I think Voon, if that's the case for what you're saying, if that's how you do it, um, I I think my base is kind of small right now. That
Yeah.
maybe YouTube isn't pushing the notification. You know what I mean? Like making it a priority,
No,
prioritizing.
no. Now that I have YouTube on another tab here, I do see a notification, but when it came out, I was on Netflix. I wasn't on YouTube. So I
Yeah,
didn't see it. But now it is. I did see where it came out.
yeah. Um, but you were telling me, you were giving me advice of like what to do as far as the Buffalo Bills, as far as the YouTube channel. You were saying put a video of breaking the defense down and then another video of oh, that's what I was going to ask you. Now I
Yeah.
remember. Now I remember. So as a viewer of that content, like you said, you would watch that a 10
I
minute
would watch
video.
that. I would watch your outtake of it. I want to see what what you think. And I know that if anybody has knowledge of the Buffalo Bills, you for 26 years, since like I said, since I was wiping your ass and changing your diaper, I was screaming Buffalo Bills in your ears. So
Yeah,
for
yeah.
26 years, you have had nothing but an earful of the Buffalo Bills. Dissect the team, and it doesn't have to be just Buffalo Bills. Jump into another team, defensive series, offensive series, break down tight ends around the league, break down cornerbacks around the league.
So
Use
do
your
you think
imagination.
do you think so here's my question. Do you think I should do it like me on video or like just voiceovers of like fucking whatever pictures and clips and what you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I don't know as a viewer. Just before I even say what I was about to say, what do you think?
I think you should do, because I think you can be great on camera as long as you get that shit fixed where you're not breaking up all the time.
Yeah,
Well, this is on a live, but I'm saying on video, I'm sure it wouldn't be breaking up. Where I think you should, interact with the audience with your facial, you know what I'm saying? And then when you're talking about specific players or positions, break away from yourself and find some kind of format to explain, what you're talking about as, this player, that player, give the analysis, why he works, why he's failing, why, whatever it is you can think of, just because you're sitting down. Because if you're just sitting there, like we're doing this live, I can get boring as fucking get boring. Me just sitting here fucking bullshit.
that's why I asked that question is because like
Yeah.
I feel like with especially the sports, some of my favorite sports YouTubers, they do exactly that. Is they either don't show their faces at all, they just talk over clips of whatever, or they do what you just said, which is like Brandon Perna, like we talked about before. That's
Yeah.
good sports, where it's like,
Break in and out, in and out, in and
yeah,
out. Right.
yeah,
Right. Where you don't want to sit there for 10 minutes with somebody staring at your face for 10 minutes. They
yeah.
want to, you have to attract their attention somewhere else other than just staring at you, or
Yeah.
else they're gonna get bored. I mean,
I've see like the reason I asked this is because I feel like this is something that's I'm currently dealing with my movie review series. I don't know if you've been able to check out. I've only put out 2 so far, but I did movie reviews, and I wanted to do them differently because again, I watch a lot of YouTube as well as sports YouTube. I watch movie review shit, and there's all different types of formats of how to review a movie. But I was trying to think of like my own or my own that I would feel comfortable with, not just oh, I like this one, so I'm gonna copy it. Because I tried that, which was basically this one guy. He watches a movie and then he kind of makes fun of it. You know what I mean? Like he goes not scene by scene, but he picks out certain things. Oh, this happened. Oh, and then makes a joke. I tried to do something like that. Didn't work. Didn't work. So instead, I tried doing what I feel like would work for me. But then the end result, they're about 17 minutes apiece, and about 90% of the 17 minutes is like what you just said, my face, and then like a couple movie clips here and there, sprinkled in. But I didn't want to like just put movie clips, and then you know what I mean.
well, that's what you have to learn. You have to learn is when to come in and when to come out. It's like at this point, if you're talking about a specific thing, do should people be looking at your face or should they be like if I'm explaining onions or something about onions, should people be looking at my face or should they be looking at some kind of side trailer or some kind of something about onions in the
Yeah,
garden as opposed to constantly looking at my face where you can jump in and out, in and out, in and out, where you know, believe me, people don't want to be looking at my face for 10-minute videos the whole time. They don't. I mean, I made the Shed Wars video where, it's basically all my face. I'm talking. It turned out to be a 35-minute disaster.
yeah.
It's got over 3,500 views. And the funny thing is as many views as people have watched that, they still get the freaking rules wrong.
Uh, it's
Now
because
that's the problem.
you made it too long. You should have made it 35 seconds instead of 35 minutes.
If I made it 35 seconds, it says, "Well, you spoke so fast, I didn't understand the rules." And believe me, the rules are pretty simple, and people to this day are still getting them wrong.
Well, I will say this, sir. I think you gotta give people some slack. You got people of all different
Yeah, I'm gonna
basis
get,
of,
yeah,
of,
yeah,
of all different walks of life with different understandings of
yeah,
words.
yeah. I'm gonna give
Sometimes
them. Yeah,
sometimes one word in one sentence means one thing to some person, and then it
yeah. I
means
know.
something else to someone else.
Like all of a sudden, ever since the Southern Hemisphere came in, I got to learn what the hell chooks are and all
Exactly.
these kind of
Exactly.
things. What the hell is a chook? What are they talking about?
Dingo eating the baby, and yeah.
Yeah, like they call rain something else, whatever the hell it is, and
Well,
it's like,
God,
okay,
they call it God's sprinkle or some shit.
I
God,
don't know what the hell they call it, but yeah, it's all confusing to me, and it's like, what the hell does a chook have to do with growing food? And I have no idea what a chook at the time. It's actually a stupid chicken.
oh
I'm like, a
God,
chook?
a chook.
A chook? Why can't you just call it a chicken?
That's funny. Joe Serrano said, "John has told us you're a tech whiz, as awesome as your dad." Thank
I'm
you.
not a tech whiz. He is a tech whiz. He does all the fancy YouTube stuff and the behind the scenes stuff.
This is the
That's
thing.
he's the one.
Yeah, this is the thing is I actually know how to do quite a bit of this stuff, and I've actually even especially last year I got a decent amount of equipment for my birthday. I have the means to do it. It's just I've been trying to actually do it, and
Oh
that's
no,
where
and
I've kind of been
look,
coming up short. But
I'm gonna tell you actually. Remember, I asked Tiffany for the safest address for me to send you something.
Yeah.
I actually have a present for you. Hey, I'm actually going to show it to you. Do you want to see what it is, or should I wait?
Well, I was waiting, but you can show me if you want.
I'm going to wait. I'm going to.
Okay.
I'm going to wait.
All
No,
right.
actually, I'm going to show you. I love you so much. I'm going to show you.
Okay. Tiffany said we got you need to throw up some balance. Yes, that's true, Tiffany. I definitely do need to find a balance. You know me, one extreme or the other, baby. One extreme or the other. Voon said, "What did you say, John?" Joe Serrano says 35 seconds instead of minutes, making shorts like John's fish buddy smoking. Yeah, sir, I got to say that real quick. I thought that was funny as hell, the smoking fish, but I thought you were going to get taken down by PETA and freaking. I was like, oh, God, here we go.
No. I made sure I checked with Peter before I did that. Peter does not consider fish an animal. You can beat the shit out of them, kill them.
Oh,
Doesn't matter. Yeah, they
doesn't
don't
matter.
care. Nope, they don't care about fish.
No,
They don't. Yeah, they only care about animals that actually have bones and ligaments.
okay.
Fish don't count to Peter. No.
All right. Uh,
That's what they say.
Tiffany said, why can't you call it a chook, John?
Why can't you keep it simple and call it a chicken, Tiffany? How's that? Why a chook? Why?
Why a chook? I'm surprised she even knew how to spell that. She probably did the talk to text. Chook.
Yeah,
What is
a chook. A CHOOK or something like that. Chook. It's like the English language is a chicken. So why did they decide all of a sudden, hey, you know what? We don't like chicken. Let's call it a chook.
Slang, sir. Slang.
Slang throughout a whole country? Really?
What do you operating a power drill over there?
No, I made a cigarette.
Oh. I'm jealous. Can you send me one?
Yeah. Come up. Why don't you get your ass up here and see me, and maybe we can smoke one together?
Yeah, I do want to go up there and see you. Absolutely.
Yeah, we're only an hour away, for crying out loud. Hey, you ready to see? You ready to see the present that I'm going to give you?
Absolutely. I'm ready.
I think this is going to make you happy. It's going to launch your YouTube career. Ready?
Whoa, what the hell? 4K Ultra HD.
There
That's
you
awesome.
go.
What's that? Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
That's brand spanking new, never used.
Never used?
Never used. I want you to have it.
Wow.
It even comes with extra. What's those stupid cards you put into the stupid thing?
SD card?
It comes with like 2, 3 extra SD cards. You got the whole thing, brand
Holy
spanking
crap.
new, never used. So
Thank you.
that's
No,
my present for me to you to because I know you got a shitty ass camera. You told me.
it's not that it's shitty, it's just older. It's older, you know?
Well, this one is brand spanking new.
Oh, Tiffany says the bad news is his SD drive in his laptop is broken. My SD drive in my laptop is broken, but no. But we found a way around it. So
Oh, for fuck's sake!
no, it's good.
Is there always something?
Of course there's always something, sir. That's the way it goes, don't you know?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
No, we found a way around it though, so it's fine. Voon Child says super cool, John, which I agree that is super cool. Thank you. And Joe says, Erie Mon, it's noticeable your love for your chopayat child. I think he's trying to fuck with you right now.
Chilpayate.
Is that like Spanish?
Yeah, something like that. For your child.
Something.
Yes, Joe. I do. If nobody knows, I mean, there's only. I think Voon knows, and Joe. This young man right here is the love of my life. I love this young man right here. Everybody knows that he's my sweetheart. Actually having him when I was 17 years old. it was actually a blessing in my life where I think for the most part I straightened myself out and decided, you know, I was still wild, but I kind of toned it down a little bit. Was because of this guy right here. So
Yeah, I heard some crazy shit about you that one I did not believe for the life of me.
yeah,
I'm not even gonna say it, to be honest
no,
with you.
yeah,
I, Cause I don't even believe that it was true. And
no,
at first, I'll just say this: it's so bad that I thought that they were confusing you with Huggy. And I was like, no, not my father. You mean like? I was like, what are you talking about, my stepfather? They said no, John, whatever. And I was like,
no.
but
I was
anyway,
I was never that freaking bad. Jeez.
sir, I won't even utter the words of what someone said that you did something, whatever, when you were young, and I was like, my father? What the? What are you talking about? Anyways, doesn't matter. It's somebody that doesn't even know you. It was literally hearsay. Oh, her. This one said this. That said this. It's all
Oh,
hearsay,
one of
bro.
those things. Yeah, it's
It's
all
all.
yeah, the
It's all
hearsay. Yeah,
bullshit.
you
Yeah,
thought
it's all.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's whatever.
at the end of they probably saw me once or twice and don't even know who the hell I am. Yeah.
Joe says, "I knew it. You look too young to have this young gun." Ah, makes sense now. Oh, yeah, my dad was 17. Joe, I was at this guy's graduation over here. I was at this guy's
That's
graduation.
right, Joe. When I graduated high school, he was 3 months old. He was
Yep.
at my graduation, and 18 years later, I was at his graduation in the same school, exactly the same day, 18 years later.
Yeah.
June 10th, 2004, right?
2012. 2012. You
2012.
graduated in 94.
I graduated 94. You were born in March of 94. That's right. Yeah.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
The Bills were in the Super Bowl a month and a half before I was born,
That's right.
and
That's
then
right.
that was it.
Yeah.
So, no, honestly, Dad, I appreciate you coming on this live, and honestly, I missed the hell out of you.
I
I
miss you too, buddy.
I appreciate Voon going out there and letting you know that I was doing this so that you could come on. I appreciate the support that I'm getting from my wife Tiffany,
Yep.
forever and always. Thank you so much, Tiffany. Joe, Voon, Donnie, you guys have all been amazing. See, when it's small enough, you can actually give everybody a shout out. It's beautiful.
That's right. Well, all you got to do is make more appearances, and we'll support you 100%. You know what I mean? Just I'm
I,
here behind you 100%. You can tell Voon is here.
I know she's.
Joe is going to support you.
I
You just got to come out with our content, and we'll support you.
Oh yeah, no, Voon has been here in this live since like I was literally maybe on a few minutes or something like that, and that's what she was asking. She was asking where you were very early because you came on maybe within 20 minutes or so
Yeah.
of
Yeah, I was on Netflix. But the other thing too is like Voon. I'm not sure if you're too familiar with Voon. I know you've seen Voon on my lives before,
I've
but
checked out
Voon,
some videos also. Good.
yeah, she's like a brand new gardener. She joined Shed Wars and all that stuff, and she's learning quite a lot. And she's going to be really great again this year in Shed Wars. And the other thing is Tiffany, your wife. I know she has a green thumb. She loves growing those vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she could create a YouTube channel and actually join Shed Wars. Well, and maybe Mark will draft her, the woodchuck. But I would love to see Tiffany join Shed Wars. Have her create a YouTube channel. Let's have her grow something in pots. Why
I
not?
I I mean that's something that she would definitely have.
Have you ever thought of
That,
that?
that would be her decision.
All you got to do is create a channel. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. All you got to do is follow the rules, Tiffany.
No,
Follow the rules and
I
make a
I
three
think
minute entry video. And
Tiffany could do a great job at
I
the
think so too. She has the personality for it. I think
Shed Wars, but I'll say this, I know she doesn't really like She doesn't really like being on camera
Oh,
or
she can pull. Oh no, that we have a guy in the community. His name is called Robert, the Toad Man,
Mhm.
Homestead Aquarius. You don't have to show your face on camera. All you got to do is just fan the camera around, say what you got to say, and he's a fantastic guy. But he doesn't show his face. That's you don't have to show your face. Just
yeah.
grow some vegetables and hey,
Uh,
become a part of the community. Why not? Gives you something to do.
Voon said yeah at Tiffany Quiterio.
Yeah,
Tiffany
why not, Tiffany?
Tiffany said I don't have enough pots to grow enough.
Hey,
Oh,
Tiffany, if you come up with Dylan to pay me a visit and have lunch one of these weekends, I will give you as many pots as whatever size you need. I That's the one thing I have more of is plenty of pots. Whatever size you need, I will give them to you.
she says I got that right as far as her not wanting to be on camera. I mean, no, I think it's a good idea. To be honest, when you say, "Oh, have you ever thought about that?" I've thought about because I'm more the one where like YouTube is something that I'm interested in. She's not, whatever, but gardening is something that she's interested in, and I'm not really.
I know.
I was I thought about that actually over this past summer when you guys were doing the last Shed Wars. Was I was like, oh man, like I could record my wife's plants, but then I'm like, yeah, but I don't know dick about like even
No,
starting
right, but
seeing
like
nothing done. And
Tiffany,
it would be a fraud basically if I did it. You know what
no,
I mean?
right, but Tiffany, but somebody like Tiffany would be because I'm one thing I'm trying to really push in Shed Wars is growing in a balcony and especially in pots.
Yeah, we're on
And
a roof.
and
We got all the
somebody
pots on a
right,
roof.
and somebody like Tiffany, you don't have to show your face. She would be fantastic for that. Where I could give her the pots, and I know she would be successful growing in those pots, and she could make a vlog or whatever it is, and then just title it Shed Wars. This is my vlog of growing her own food in pots in a balcony. That would be fantastic. See, that's something that could get a YouTube channel going real quick, and you have the support, immediate support of everybody in Shed Wars.
Tiffany said, laugh my ass off, Dylan. He wants me to collapse the roof. He's my plants.
Tiffany,
Yeah.
no, Tiffany, no, I don't want anybody to. But Tiffany, think about it. If it's something you're interested in, I will back you up 100%, and
I
you
I
would
will
you would
say
do fantastic.
I will say this. I know Shed Wars is about self sustainability and like being able to put food on your own table and basically you guys turned that into a competition. But I will say
That's
this.
that's secondary. That's just for fun. But the main
No,
focus is the food growing is the main focus.
but I will say this. If there was a competition for growing like pretty flowers, my wife would probably be right up there. She can grow really pretty flowers.
Hey, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things I can't reveal, uh, but flowers could certainly be one of the things that we kind of sneak in as let's see who can grow we call it pollinating series. I
Yeah.
can't reveal too much, especially because Boone is in here. I can't really reveal too much, so she's
No,
not
no,
really supposed to know too much.
it's cool. But they
Sorry, Boone.
the what was I gonna say? Let me tell you. So like downstairs, right outside, just for everybody who's watching right now. The reason why my wife grows in pots on our roof is because we don't have a yard. We live in an apartment building. There's a driveway, and that's it. But the one thing that we do have right off of the public walkway is we have like basically two flower beds that belongs to our landlord, and the dirt is absolutely horrible. The quality of it, like and my wife turned around and she would put in, I don't know, some kind of crazy concoctions with worms and
Compost.
leaves. She would turn the I don't know. She would do all kinds of crazy stuff. But next thing you know, um, flowers everywhere. I'm talking about not morning glories,
Yeah.
moon, the
Yeah.
moon flowers, whatever the hell those things are called. Um, Tiffany, you got to tell me what are those little things that we got near your aunt's? The clusters. Oh, I can't remember. But anyways, my wife can grow. Um,
Yeah, like I said, it's just an idea. I mean, it's not too late. Just start a YouTube channel and vlog. You don't have to have your face in the camera, but what you will have is 100% support for me. And if you follow the rules in the Shed Wars community and have fun with it, why not vlog what you do in your pots? You know what I mean?
Joe said at Tiffany Cuterio rooftop garden. Cool. Like
Cool.
kind of like that Nat Geo article years ago showed many examples of New York City people growing on their rooftops. Oh,
Absolutely.
Lily of the Valley. That's the what Tiffany. That's Tiffany can grow lily of the valley like it's fucking nobody's business. I'll tell you
There you
that.
go. That is actually a beautiful flower.
It is a beautiful flower. And
Yeah.
what was I gonna say? I will tell you this: if she was to vlog, at least this past year, we can't predict the future, but this past year, if she was to have recorded, the growth of over the summer, you would have seen a lot of swearing at the damn squirrels around here. They tore her up this summer. Do you ever you? I know I asked you to make a video, but obviously, you're doing your own thing, whatever. It was kind of just more of like a suggestion for you to put content out. What do you do when it comes to pests? Like,
I
you have
I have a dog. I have a dog. She's called Bella.
that's it? The
Yeah.
dog just,
Yeah.
the dog's not in the garden 24/7.
She's with whenever I'm out there. The squirrel. I don't have pests. I
No?
Nope. Like Bella, she makes sure all the rabbits. Whenever I'm out in the garden, she walks the whole property line, and she's just sits there, watches. She sees a chipmunk or a squirrel, they're pretty much dead. She will. She is so quiet and so sneaky that she sits there and just watches for like 40 minutes. She's watching and she watches and she watches.
God.
And as soon as I see her just like in her pouncing position, like I just leave her alone and I know she's looking at something. And before
Ti-
you know it, you hear a ruckus. Okay, boop, dead.
Tiffany just made me laugh my ass off. Tiffany said, I have a fat, lazy cat.
Well, then, yeah.
Literally,
No,
no,
Bella pretty much takes care of all the like squirrels and chipmunks. Bella takes care of them.
it's 100% true because we've literally had the squirrel out on the roof and we get up to the window and we're like yelling at it, throwing freaking rocks at it. It's still just sitting there. The cat is sitting in the window staring at the freaking squirrel. And we're like, get it, go get it. And the cat,
Well,
that's just like
there's the key word right there that Tiffany left right there in that comment. You see that word fat?
fat and lazy.
There's a
See,
reason why that cat is fat is because you're feeding him too good. He has no reason to go chasing and wasting energy catching a squirrel.
I don't even know which one she was talking about. I think she's talking about Reggie, but you're right. He is a fat
Yeah,
little bitch.
you're feeding him too well, So he's like, why should I bother go chasing a squirrel when you
Well, you
feed me just fine?
well, you would think he would maybe want to go out there just to fuck with it or something.
No, he's saying if anything, he's saying is, fuck you, feed me when my time comes. That's what
No,
he's
but
saying.
sir, so she would literally throw down cayenne pepper, or because like it has to climb a post to get up onto our roof. She'd
Yeah.
throw down cayenne pepper all over the post, all over the fucking roof. This thing did not care. Not a
What about Vaseline? They don't like Vaseline or duct tape. Like duct tape, I put duct tape
single.
around my trees
Yeah,
So because the squirrels don't like the duct tape, like it's
That's an
it's
idea.
either Vaseline or duct tape that flies around, and the squirrels don't like the sticky of the duct tape, and they don't
Yo,
like going around the duct tape. So you could try that, like just duct tape and leave it
and
flapping around, like 6, 7 inches long. Just leave it flapping around.
because you know what it is, it's one of the fucking neighbors downstairs leaving out peanuts and fucking shit for the squirrels. So the squirrels coming up here taking her food and shit, but not even just that. It was digging up her plants all summer,
Yeah.
burying its fucking peanuts for the winter.
Yeah, well, Vaseline. If they're climbing up poles, my recommendation would be either Vaseline or duct tape. And they do not like stepping in Vaseline. They absolutely hate it.
We
So,
got we got another viewer up in here. We got Bradley White. Hello, Bradley. Thank you so much for joining me.
how
And
you doing, Bradley?
I'm here with my dad, John, over from Will It Grow. We were just talking about a friendly little YouTube competition. Sir, don't spill your beer. That's alcohol over
No,
here.
no, I dropped my mic.
Oh Jesus, that's even worse. That's even worse. Um,
Can you still hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
All right.
So, hey Bradley, how's it going? We were just talking about this friendly little competition they do on YouTube. My dad and a whole big community of farmsteaders, homesteaders out there called Shed Wars, and my dad and Voon. We're trying to convince my wife Tiffany to become a part of it. So we're just talking about that. Joe said when my grandmother years ago bought a house in Mexico, here in Mexico, it was rat infested. She got a small dog, think it was a Jack Russell breed, and quickly no rats.
That's right. Absolutely.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think the idea. First of all, we can't get a dog. Second of all, letting a dog run loose on the roof. I think we.
And it sounds like you have just a lazy ass fat cat
Yeah, exactly.
that's not willing to do shit for you other than eat, shit, and sleep.
Oh shit and sleep. There's shit. They don't even want to get in. Don't even get me started with that. They're shitting on the fucking floor. I'm getting ready to kill them.
Oh,
Anyways, Boone says be right back. Checking on her Bella.
that's her daughter.
I was. Oh, her daughter. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Voon's daughter's name is Bella. Yes.
Um. So we got some hellos back and forth between Joe and Bradley. Joe says at Tiffany Cuterio, a fat cat like Garfield. Actually, no, we have a once skinny little black cat, but now he is a fat, long-haired piece of shit. And then we got an older, fat gray cat, female. But funny enough that you bring up Garfield, because my father-in-law's cat, which is where my wife is right now, he has a 20-pound, huge orange tabby cat with a belly that hangs down, sweeping the floor with every step he takes. And his name is literally Fat Boy. So just take that for what you want, what you will. Tiffany says my plants are wrapped in chicken wire and it still gets to them. I need to net them like you'd net blueberry bushes. She also followed it up by saying it killed my strawberry plants, but digging them out of the pots to plant pistachios and peanuts. My bell peppers too, but not my hot Portugals.
Well, you just need some kind of mesh over your plants. That's it's not all that difficult to do.
No,
Some
but
kind of mesh.
the thing is, she's literally what she says about the chicken wire. She wrapped it up maybe like 2.5 feet. She put tomato cages, maybe not 2.5 feet, but like at least a foot and a half up the tomato cage. She put chicken wire and then wrapped that in what did you do, Tiffany? Wax paper or something like that. And they're climbing right over there. They're just penetrating the fences. She even at one point put like kebabs like sticking out like a fucking punji pit. They was still I swear, and I think they were holding on with their back little legs and like and reaching in or some shit. Bradley White says, I've been watching it as much as I can. My Jack Russell hammers rats, mice, and geckos, but runs away from the chooks. Okay, we got it. We got an
Oh,
Australian.
he runs away from the chooks. Yeah, he's scared of the chooks.
We got an Australian in the house. Bradley White. We were just talking about this earlier. My
Yeah,
father brought up chooks, and I wasn't sure exactly what he meant.
is it chooks or chooks? Chooks.
I don't know. The way he spelled it, it says chooks. It's
Chooks.
chook-
I don't know.
chooks.
Chooks. Hey, Bradley. How about chickens?
At least
Simple, right?
At least chicks. If you're gonna like be lazy with it, just say chicks.
Or chickens. So why not chickens? I mean, the things are chickens. Or if you want to go into Portuguese, galinha.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Now you're speaking a language I can understand.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go into Portuguese, galinha.
Bradley White says, "Love the Shed Wars." Well,
yeah. Bradley is he's subscribed to me. I'm subscribed to Bradley.
I will be. There will be a subscription heading your way from XQ Media, Bradley. Thank you so much for coming on over here. If you
Bradley, I appreciate you supporting. Bradley, this is my son. I appreciate the support. Fantastic. He will support you back as well.
So Joe said at Bradley White, chooks, you're from down under, huh? Heard that slang with chickens from Rob Bob.
Yeah, the chooks. Chickens. For Lord sake, it's called a chicken.
So, Tiffany said, "Hi Bradley, my dad's cat is exactly like Garfield, 10 pounds, orange tabby. I put him on a diet. He's down to 15 pounds. I think she meant to say 20-pound orange tabby because he definitely wasn't 10 pounds. He was 20 pounds. Now he's down to 15 pounds. The fat, lazy cat that doesn't chase squirrels looks like a Halloween cat. Actually, as I'm reading that, here he comes crawling up behind the camera. Hey, you want to come over here?
Yeah, let's see that fat bastard.
You little quit. No, he's just looking at me like, what are you talking about?
You little fat bastard. Let me see him.
There he is.
Oh, he is fat. Look at him.
Look,
Holy Jesus.
he's a big boy.
Yeah.
This is Reginald.
What's his name?
Yeah. Reggie.
Reggie?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a pretty big cat.
I didn't name him. I've never.
No wonder why he doesn't want to hunt. Look how healthy he is. He's like, just, oh, the hell with that. I'm just going to lay and lounge around and just keep feeding me.
Oh, sir, his bowl's not even empty yet. But it's like too low. Like there's like maybe like a dozen pieces left, and he's crying. Meow, meow. I'm hungry. What the fuck, man? So Joe says, if galinga is a hen, then what is a young chicken? In Spanish, it's pollo. Pronounced. Thank you. In case I didn't know how to pronounce that, I do appreciate it. But luckily, being of Portuguese descent, I can kind of translate the
Polo.
the L's. Pollo, not polo.
Oh, pollo. Yeah, pollo.
Yeah. I mean, I know Portuguese isn't Spanish, but
in Portuguese, a baby chicken is called frango.
Frango.
Yeah, it's a baby chicken, frango.
Friggin' Tiffany says 20 pounds down to 15 when she's talking about fat boy. On puppy pads, she says, I'm guessing she's talking about shitting on the floor. Oh, yes.
What did Joe say? What did Joe say over there? John's gonna want Reggie.
John's gonna want Reggie pronto. You shouldn't had shown him to us. No, my dad does not like cats. I don't think my dad's ever had a cat. No, that's not true.
Jasmine had a cat.
Yeah, Jasmine had cats when she was young, but
yeah, she had cats that I did not want.
I was gonna say I don't think I ever remember you being like, cats. Like you were like.
I'm not. I mean, even dogs. I love dogs, and I have the 3 dogs that I have, and I have him is because of Donnie. I mean, now I'm absolutely in love with the dogs that I have, but Donnie is the really true dog lover.
Yeah.
But but I always love at least one dog. But cats, yeah.
Yeah. They're all right. Nah, I love my cats as much as I can't stand them, to be honest with you.
But
But
see, I like cats is to like keep like mice controlled down. But Bella does a fantastic job at that. So I mean, Bella literally that animal she kills anything that moves.
mm, that's
She
funny.
does. She kills anything that moves.
She's looking at sushi like you're lucky I've let you live this long.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. Like in a summertime, like early in the spring when the rabbits are having babies and they feel comfortable, she'll dig their hole right up and she'll eat all the babies. She'll
Oh
just eat them.
Jesus.
Yeah.
No, it's good for her. It's good for her.
No, it's good nutrition. She'll eat all the baby rabbits. She'll eat them right up. All you
Joe,
all you can hear is skulls and bones crunching in her mouth. And it's like, what are you eating? Oh, okay, you got one bunny left. Well, you might as well finish.
might as well. You already
Yeah,
killed all its siblings.
she already ate like 7 or 8 of them. Might as well finish. Have at it.
Joe says, Frong, good to know.
Yeah, the baby chicken is frung with a G, Joe, with a G at the end. Frung, G.
Oh boy. You say, see, you say, you're only an hour away, but to me, where I'm at in Rhode Island, an hour is like might as well be Alabama.
Why is that?
No,
An hour is only 60 minutes.
no, I know. Just saying from this perspective of a Rhode Islander, anything that's 15 minutes away, more than 15 minutes away, it might as well be in the next fucking country.
Hey, an hour is only 60 minutes away.
No,
That's
I know,
yeah.
and I miss the hell out of you. I really do. Tiffany
Yeah.
said. Tiffany said, yes, tomato cages wrapped in 2 feet of chicken wire, wrapped in wax papers with skewers everywhere. And those fuckers were still coming up and ripping it.
Oh, I don't know. You got to get yourself like a pellet gun or something and have fucking start some shooting practice in summer.
She actually, funny enough, like years ago, I believe she turned around and did that with a grackle, one of those stupid, ugly little fucking birds. And I think she shot her right in the eye, and then she left it there, and then that was the last grackle that came around that year, I think.
Yeah, I mean, if the squirrels are that much of a problem, get some kind of
Oh,
BB gun and
they were a huge problem. They were a huge problem this summer, and I'm telling you, it's because of the guy giving them peanuts and stuff
penis. Yeah, of course.
right
If you give
below
them
us.
a food source, then you're definitely inviting. It's like I don't throw my food scraps in my compost pile because you're begging for trouble. You're inviting skunks, possums, rats, all kinds of different critters into your yard by providing food for them.
So what do you throw in the compost if it's not like
Uh,
biodegradable food?
just basically just leaves, leaves. That's it.
That's what your compost is, just leaves.
Leaves. Yep, that's all I compost with is natural leaves. That's it.
And I know you made a video about this. I believe I checked it out, but just out of curiosity, the worm, that process where you're trying to get the worms incorporated into the beds. Do you buy those worms and put them in there, or you
No,
find
no,
worms?
no. Those worms come naturally, is because they wanna be a part of the composting process. So by making the pile of leaves, and then you add a little bit of compost as an activator, it automatically the worms in the wintertime, they want to come into that. They want to feed, they want to eat. So when basically towards the end, the finished product, which is like nice leaf mold compost, The worms are already incorporated in that. Then you throw that in your bed, you throw that in your pots, and the worms absolutely will love living in that. They have no issue. They don't want to leave. They just want to stay in that
Yeah, see, I
because there's food. There's food. Leaves. I've been composting with leaves for about 10 years. It's the best absolute thing that I've ever found. It's awesome.
so Joe Serrano says lawn clippings also cardboard question mark.
Lawn clippings, absolutely. Lawn clippings, that's your nitrogen. That's your nitrogen base. But I don't compost with any nitrogen, really. I stay away from the nitrogen. The reason why I don't use lawn clippings is because my grass has an awful lot of chemicals, uh, Joe. I have a grass guy, a lawn guy that comes and he puts all kinds of chemicals on my lawn to make it nice and green. So I choose not to use my grass clippings as the any type of nitrogen source for my compost. So
Now,
by doing it with just leaves, I'm fungally fungal fungally composting is what I'm doing. There's no nitrogen involved.
so that you actually just brought up something pretty interesting.
And cardboard. That's also Joe. I'm sorry, Dylan.
No, no,
But
no. It's okay.
cardboard, Joe, is a called considered a brown material, which is carbon. That's the same thing as leaves. So that's not nitrogen. That's strictly carbon, which is like leaves. So you can definitely compost with cardboard as long as it's not shiny, doesn't have like shiny print, anything like that. But cardboard is good. Paper is good. Paper bags is good. That's all fungal. That's not nitrogen based. I'm sorry, Dylan. Go ahead. What were you saying?
No, no. What I was going to say was you brought up something interesting as far as the lawn clippings and why you don't like using them because of fertilizers. Now, I'm sure people who garden often probably realize this, but not many people take into consideration. Your average everyday person take into consideration exactly how much every single little thing affects the end result. Be in this case being the food. So explain if you were to have take those lawn clippings that get the fertilizer on them, right? You use them as part of your compost. That doesn't necessarily that big of a deal, but once you go and use that compost to grow your food, you're essentially those fertilizers are even if it's just a little bit, eventually going to come out in the end product of the plant of the food, right?
Well, not necessarily in the end product of the food, but there's in like growth in inhibitors. Like they spray chemicals that are to kill weeds, Roundup, that are not, to make sure weeds don't grow and this doesn't grow and this doesn't happen. So once you add that to your soil, to your compost, you add that to your soil, it can stunt your plants. So your plants all of a sudden don't produce as well. And you're thinking, well, what's wrong with, I mean, I put beautiful compost down, but what you're not thinking is the chemicals that were in those lawn clippings, because plants absorb by their leaves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So when you have a lawn guy spraying overhand, that stuff is not going down to the roots. That's the grass or the weeds absorbing it through the leaves, through the strands.
Yeah,
And they're taking the energy that way. That's called the foliar feeding. They're feeding it through foliage,
yeah,
which is very effective. And the plants take it up a lot faster than through like soil insertions,
really,
where it's running underneath the ground through a watering system, a sprinkler system underneath the ground. Uh, you know what I mean?
yeah.
But that stuff, even though you cut your grass, that's still available in the grass. and that can stunt the growth of your plants. Do you know what I'm saying?
So would you? So I mean, this is gonna sound like a really obvious question, but the what your goal is, any gardener, any farmer, is to yield as much from one plant in one harvest as possible, correct? Like maximize the yield potential.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, if I plant, if I plant a squash or zucchini or a pepper plant, yeah, my main goal is to get as much production out of that plant organically as much as possible. But and this goes back to the why I don't use grass clippings is because I know that I'm going to have beautiful green grass, but I also know the chemicals that that man is putting into my grass,
Yeah.
and I do not want any of that stuff anywhere near my vegetables because it will damage my plants, and therefore my plants aren't going to produce anywhere near as well as they should. So that's why I keep that out. I don't, and I do just fine with just fungally composting my leaves. I don't need grass clippings. If I want nitrogen, I'll just use my coffee grounds. Coffee grounds, you can
Yeah.
go into, that's nitrogen. Your spent coffee ground.
Tiffany uses that
Yeah,
coffee grind.
yeah, that's perfect nitrogen. It does not, and coffee grounds, they do not change the pH of your soil. It's a neutral, nitrogen-based fertilizer.
See,
Where
that's interesting. What happens with the acidity of
the
the
coffee grounds does not change your acidity, does not change the pH of your soil at all. It's a neutral. Once cooked, once you make coffee out of it, it's neutral. It
oh
does not.
it loses the
It,
yeah, okay.
yeah, but it's still nitrogen. It's still very high in nitrogen, and you can use coffee grounds. Just scratch it into the top of your soil and leave it alone. It'll do just fine.
So Joe left a couple comments. He says, "Yeah, John's on it. During the summer here, it's the rainy season, and after a good drenching rain, worms are all over the back patio." He also says, "That's good, John. Leaves, yeah. There's a crazy leaf lady over in Pratt, Kansas. Each year, she drives around town asking people for their leaves." Well,
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely. Leaves, like I've explained in a couple of videos. I made a video on leaf
most leaves.
composting, and leaves are the most nutritious free source that you could possibly get for the garden. I mean, the nutrients in leaves outbeats anything that you can possibly go out and buy in the big box stores, all these composts and stuff. Pure leaves have more minerals than anything. It's scientifically proven.
Well, it makes sense because it's literally just a decomposing plant. Uh,
Well, it's not just decomposing plant. I mean, you have to think of this is the way when I look at a tree. When you look at a tree, right? A tree has roots that go into the and think about the forest. Who do you think feeds the forest?
uh, the
The,
sun and the
the,
fucking
the forest feeds itself. It doesn't need human help to feed itself. But yet, what does the forest hold? It also holds the biggest plant on the face of the planet, which is a tree. Now, how does that big, massive plant feed itself? All on its own through its leaves. The tree has roots that go down so deep into the earth 10, 15, 20 feet, some tree species, that they grab nutrients that a tomato plant cannot grab
yeah.
because the roots don't go that deep into the soil to grab those minerals that are 10, 15 feet deep. But a tree can do it. So the tree brings all that up through its roots from 15 feet deep. It stores all that energy in its leaves. And then in the fall, it drops all of its leaves to make a canopy around itself. So, and there's two reasons why it does that. Reason number one, is to feed itself, because that's all going to compost over time and over time. And the other reason is to make a canopy so there is no competition around that tree competing for its nutrients, which is grass, other little trees trying to come up, anything. The leaves suffocate it. It makes a mat.
Yeah.
Now, one would think, well, how is the tree going to feed on the leaves that just dropped? Well, it's not. What the tree is feeding on is the leaves that dropped 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's a rotation every year cycle. So the leaves that just dropped in 2020, the tree, in 4 years from now, in 2025, that tree is going to be feeding is on those leaves. It's a continuous process.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because nobody goes into the woods and fertilizes trees now, do they?
Nope.
No,
They
no,
do it
they
all
don't.
themselves.
That's right. And it's through their leaves.
Joe said the brown cardboard. Got it, John.
Yes, brown cardboard, Joe, paper bags, anything brown, cardboard, paper bags, even paper, anything that's all carbon. Just don't use like any magazines that have flashy, like ink, flashy inks. Don't use that. But cardboard, paper, brown paper bags, that's all carbon. You rip it up as fine as you can. You throw it in a bin, throw just a little sprinkle of some kind of dirt on it, keep it a little bit moist, and you're going to get some really good compost. Awesome compost.
Bradley White is going to be taking off. Thank you so much for coming by, Bradley. He said today is Australia Day, sort of like your July celebration. Sorry, I have to go stick some rum in my neck. Take care. Hey, happy Australia Day.
Bradley, thank you for stopping by, supporting. Here it is to you, my friend. You have a wonderful day, and watch out for those fireworks.
Yes. Be careful down under. I appreciate you so much for coming by, Bradley. We're going to be wrapping this up soon anyways. We're already 2 hours in, and honestly, I was getting ready to call it quits after 25 minutes. So I appreciate.
No, I gotta get going too. And Voon has been on here for a long time. We gotta give Voon a break too. Voon, you are a fantastic, awesome sport. And Voon is one of those dedicated sweethearts where she comes in and she's dedicated, but she's probably saying, "For fuck's sake, the two of you shut the fuck up."
Yeah,
I want to get to bed and go do something.
Shit.
So, Voon, thank you for your support. Bradley, thank you. Joe, thank you for coming by. And Dylan, thank you for hosting.
Tiffany, thank you so much for being here.
Tiffany as well. Thank you for the support. Donnie, she is still watching over there.
Donnie, thank you. Appreciate you. Listen, you guys, like my dad said multiple times tonight, to me, is that I need to come on here and just do this consistently. Yeah. I want to be coming on soon. There's definitely stuff in the works. Like I said, I got The Adventures of Crackhead Warren Season 2 that's going to be coming. If you haven't gone and checked those videos out, go and check them out there.
Yeah. Those are funny. Yeah,
they're highly inappropriate, highly offensive in some cases. I do apologize for my insensitivities, but hey, who gives a fuck? No, just kidding.
Hey, they are entertaining. So
but I also have another DQ's movie review. My third one ever will be coming out. But biggest thing of all is I think I'm going to be talking almost on a weekly basis, if not multiple times a week, about the Buffalo Bills coming up. Just because the season's over for them does not mean the coverage of them has to stop. Because guess what? Now that they're not in contention for the Super Bowl, next thing up is the draft. Oh, free agency, actually. Free
agency, the draft.
That's right. So, and then we're working our way back to try to get into the Super Bowl next year. So, all right, Dad. Well, I'm going to let you go. I just want to thank everyone again for being here. Dad, thank you so much for coming by. Donnie.
Okay, buddy, I love you. I will get this in the mail for you unless you decide you want to come up and visit me for lunch.
Okay.
But I'll get it out in the mail for you for sure.
Okay,
So
no
and
problem.
get your YouTube career going. You got a
Ab-
brand new camera. There you go.
Absolutely. All right, Dad. Well, I love you.
I love you too.
I'll let you get off, and then I'm gonna wrap it up with these guys.
Okay, you guys have a wonderful night. Voon, thank you for the heads up and thank you for the support. Dylan, I love you. Much
I love
love.
you. I love you too, Dad. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, stay safe, buddy.
All right, bye. All right. So that was John over at Will It Grow. My father. I kind of sound a little weird, but I came out of that, man. All right. So yeah, good night, everyone. As Voon just said, and Tiffany, I will be contacting you on very soon, and I thank you all so much for coming and hanging out here with me on this impromptu live of Execute Media. I am your host DQ, your friend. You came out of that, man. Hey, thank you so much, guys. Yeah, exactly. This guy knows what I'm talking about. All right, I'll see you guys around.